So I'm with someone who is very reputable in the betting community, and that is Jennifer Piacenti.
Beautiful.
Got it. Jen, thank you so much for doing this and taking the time. I know you've been running around Mike's Hard Lemonade. We're actually at the Draft Nation event here in Las Vegas. Draft Nation has done a very good job putting this together, getting all the amazing people in the fantasy football community together, you being one of them. So thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
I want to talk a little bit about your background when it comes to getting into the content creation journey or fantasy football / betting. So how did you get into that path?
I loved sports, or I loved watching sports. I actually started a little bit backwards of a way. I started with fantasy baseball, which is apparently the much harder way to play, I've learned. And then I got into fantasy football, and I just loved playing. I loved the camaraderie. I loved the competition. I just loved the stats. I loved watching the games, everything about it. Then when I got into fantasy football and player props and betting started to become popular, I realized that I felt like I had a unique advantage from my deep fantasy knowledge for how to figure out how to exploit markets and player prop mispricings when they came out, things that people might have overlooked. And I learned how to choose player props to basically get plus EV pretty much constantly. And that ended up being something I just found to be so challenging and so rewarding. And so I ended up doing it and then had some success with that.
People have gotten a little bit too emotionally attached to that, and then that can affect the players as well, and like get into their DMs. We talked to Austin Eckler, actually. He's got like the thickest skin out of any player that I've talked to because he just brushes it off. But I actually wanted to talk about that was like the toxic community that can be made from betting and like the negative connotation that players have towards betting. Do you feel like in your profession that exists? And if so, how do you move past that?
So do you think it exists? I think it exists for both fantasy and betting. It's existed for fantasy for a while, but it has been exacerbated by betting. And part of why it's been exacerbated by betting is because there's too many people out there selling the dream. And what I mean by that is, hey, bet $1 on this 17-leg parlay, and you're going to win $300,000, and you're going to be partying in Bali next week. And that just doesn't happen. So you'll see these slips online. A lot of times they're even photoshopped and manufactured, and sometimes they're real, and that's phenomenal. But it's literally the same as if you won the Powerball. Okay, it's a lotto ticket. So what I try to coach people to do with my business and the bets I give out is to teach people how to take small calculated risks, because there's a way to enjoy betting and have fun and make money without becoming so emotionally attached to it that then you start taking it out on the actual players. These players are out there playing for their lives, and you don't know what's going on with them on a day-to-day basis. They're just out there trying to do their job, and you're out there having fun. Should be out there having fun and having some entertainment and thanking them for the fun. So, I really think that if we taught people to bet a little more responsibly, do it for entertainment, treat it as entertainment, not a real financial investment, and learn to bet a little bit smarter, then they wouldn't become so emotionally attached and have these swings that cause them to, often be quite mean.
Yeah, exactly. I love to take advantage of like the bets or the specials that they have. Which is, a lot of them exist around the beginning of the season, which is coming up. I know that Black Friday, there was like something, actually Black Friday, I took advantage of something where it was like, if you put up to $500 into your account, you get $500 back in promo funds.
Why not?
And then I was like, I'm gonna do the full 500 and get $1,000.
Absolutely.
And I made up the 500 and like less than $500 that I put in. And so then at that point I was like, you know what? Let me just go all in with the rest of the money that I have. And I won like $1,300, but it was only like 2 legs. Like it was, so that's how you should do it. Instead of just going with like 8 legs, that's not gonna, like that was plus 1,300 and it's not gonna hit anyways.
So one thing I've learned is that people don't seem to understand that there's such thing as a 2-leg parlay. A 2-leg parlay is a brilliant way to bet. Like during baseball season, we do a lot of hits, runs, RBI parlays, just 2 legs to get it to double your money, triple your money. They hit fairly often. It's a very solid way to play, but everybody is looking for that ridiculous upside. Now, last week we did happen to hit a 2-leg home run parlay that paid 28-1. You will get those occasionally, but you have to realize that when you do that, it is essentially a lotto ticket. So I think if people can bear that in mind, but part of it is in the education of people, letting them understand what this betting is. And because they turn on the TV and they see FanDuel and DraftKings and BetMGM everywhere, they just know to bet emotionally. This is my team. This is my guy. He's great. Your guy is great. But you know what? He's probably not going to catch 8 passes this week. So you should probably bet the under. People don't like to bet unders.
Nope, right. Actually, Austin Eckler interviewed us and was like, I want to ask you what your betting tips are. And I was like, I always go towards the under, especially if someone's projected like 25 fantasy points over under. That's a hard number to hit in the NFL. Yeah, I get it. It's Josh Allen. I get it's Patrick Mahomes, and it can happen.
Absolutely.
But the chances of that happening, like he's going to have a really good game. So it's average games happen a lot more than like those big hit games. So yeah, taking the under, guys, like it's okay. Like I get it. You love the player, but like just take the under.
I mean, overs make friends and unders make money, right? I mean,
I love that. Yeah, exactly. So you're here promoting Shark Bets as well. So that's your company that you started, right?
My company, I founded it. I started it. And we're rolling. It's been a really fun journey. I love it.
Yeah, you kind of touched up on it, on how to look at betting a little bit differently. But what started the process of making Shark Bets, and what exactly do you do?
So the reason I started Shark Bets is because I thought I'd had a successful couple of years at SI, and I happened to be ranked by an independent ranking agency first among over 400 industry analysts, media peer personalities for 10 months straight in MLB and NFL. And I looked at that and I was like, so what I'm doing is working, but how do I get this to more people? And I was full-time at SI and I was writing these betting articles, but what people would say is, oh, I missed your article. There were so many articles. I missed your article, or I didn't see it till too late and the line moved. How can I solve this problem? I want to get to people. Okay, what if I sent them a push notification and it's audio or video? So it's short. There's not a lot of charts. There's not a lot of graphs. They don't have to read a lot. I just tell them, hey, this player's in such a good spot. This is the defense. This is this. Take this bet at this line. Tell them the number to get it at. Tell them do it now or wait or whatever the instruction is. And that's how it was born. So, I send a push notification out. You click it. You hear the audio, the video. Just if I have a good bet. Not every day. Sometimes 2 bets a day, sometimes 3 bets a day, only when I think that there's an advantage. And it's kind of hopefully helping people understand this is for entertainment, this is fun. The audio and videos themselves are hopefully fun. We try to put some humor in the videos and keep it natural. It's like me talking, and then hopefully you're winning money too. So we've been profitable so far and hope to keep that rolling.
And is it something that's free to sign up, or do you have to pay like a yearly subscription?
So it's free to sign up. You get a 2-week free trial. You can cancel anytime. It's $9.99 a month after that. Again, cancel anytime, or you can buy the yearly and just be set for the year for $97, under $100. So
awesome.
It's a very affordable pick service if you like it, but it's also about entertainment, like I said, and winning with other sharks. You'll see on social media people post their tickets like, we won sharks, and it's fun, and it's more fun when you win together, in my opinion. So it's fun to do it that way.
I love that. And it's on the App Store, right?
Yes, App Store and Google Play. Or you can just sign up through the website and get the picks through the website. It's just that then you don't get the push notification benefit, but it's there if you want to just go check in at any time.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll put the word out and hopefully people will sign up for that. I wanted to wrap up with you being a pro on overs and unders. I got a few lines for you.
Okay.
And I want to test your knowledge.
All right.
And you may have to think a little bit about a few of these, but let's just hit you with them. And
I was not prepped for this.
These are season long. Okay.
All right.
Because that's the biggest thing right now. So let's start first with Fernando Mendoza. Over under 2,200 passing yards.
I'm going to go with the under here. I'm sorry, Raiders fans.
Is he, so how many games do you predict him playing?
I think they're going to stay with Kirk Cousins for a little while. I think they're going to give Fernando Mendoza time. And I think there's also going to be a strong run game. So, let's look back to how many yards did Sam Darnold really pass for? I mean, it was fine. But he wasn't leading the league like Matt Stafford. He wasn't up there with Dak Prescott. So even if Mendoza started half the games, 2,200 would be too high.
That's fair. I love it. And I love the logic behind that with Clint Kubiak. Now let's talk about Jared Goff, who's been, I think it's 3 straight years that he's at 4,500 yards passing.
Yeah.
His line is 4,050, over under.
I would go ahead and take the over here because I think they're going to have to throw the ball. I think they want to throw the ball. And I would just take the over. So I'd say he's not going to run. He's going to throw it. But this one is close. I think it probably will be around 4,100.
And it's also risky taking overs on season-long props because you have to
make sure they don't get injured.
They make sure they don't get injured.
That's why if you don't know, honestly, I think that if you open up the sports book and you said, I'm going to take 20 season longs, I'm going to take the under on every single one, you would definitely make money.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Ashton Genty, 10.5 total touchdowns. Over under.
Under. I do really hope that they use Ashton Genty like a workhorse, but they may not.
We'll see. I mean, that offense is just Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty, but
it is, and I think Trey Tucker has been showing out in camp, so we'll see. I do think Ashton Genty is going to be an amazing fantasy football pick, and I do think he could be amazing. But again, if you're forced to choose, under is often the way to go. We know Brock Bowers is a major red zone target, so I do think there'll be a lot of catches for Genty.
Amari Hampton, 7.5 rushing touchdowns.
I'm going to go under on this too. I'm sorry. Gosh. I do love all these players for fantasy. I feel like he hates my picks. It's okay.
Mike McDaniel there?
And Keaton Mitchell and Kamani Vidal. And so when we're talking about touchdowns, that's a specific thing. Do I think Amari Hampton leads the backfield? Absolutely. Would I draft him first over everybody? Absolutely. But as far as who actually gets all the goal line carries, I don't know, because Keaton Mitchell has that speed and that burst that Mike McDaniel salivates over. And I can see him getting fascinated with Keaton for a certain game. And that game, Keaton goes off for 2 or 3 touchdowns. And that's, a game that Amari Hampton didn't.
Yeah.
So when you have that, and then you have, of course, the great arm on Justin Herbert, and I think he is going to pass more. He actually, interestingly, people may not realize, finished with the second most rushing yards last season after only Josh Allen. I don't think he runs that much this year because he's got Mike McDaniel, right? But what does Mike McDaniel like to do? He likes to throw it to the running back. He likes to throw it to the tight end. I think we're going to see lots of passing. Remember when McDaniel had Tua Tagovailoa, and Tagovailoa threw for 29 touchdowns when he had Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? Now he's got Justin Herbert, which probably a better quarterback, and he's got Lat McConkey, he's got Quentin Johnston. I mean, there's a lot of options there. So,
all right,
David Njoku.
Hey, well, you stand with it. I mean, you can't convince me, or convincing me, I should say. I'm not fully convinced yet, but we'll see. Got a couple more for you. Devon Achane, 56.5 receptions.
I'll go over. I'll go over, because like you said, who do they got? Who do they have in Miami? Malik Washington. It's interesting. And I know a lot of people are not high on Achane this year, and I get it, but he is an excellent pass catcher. And I think Malik Willis is going to throw a little better. He's going to throw better. And he's also going to be a rushing threat himself. So maybe the way to really get Achane involved is to have him catch more passes.
Well, the thing that concerns about me, so I think he's going to hit over 56, but I don't think it's going to be 88 like he's been getting. I think it might be like 65, 70.
Absolutely.
Because the thing is, that's going to be more so forced and designed for him. Because I was a Josh Jacobs owner last year, and I would just watch the games that Malik Willis would play with Josh Jacobs, and he never dumped the ball down. He would always just throw it deep or intermediate. And so I'm thinking to myself, Devon Achane, maybe people are a little bit too high on him, but 56.5, I think that's
low enough that you can take the over.
That's pretty generous. And then the last one I got for you, Kyler Murray, 17.5 passing touchdowns. Over under.
Over. Big Kyler Murray person this year. He has never had a setup this good, and I know he plays a lot of Call of Duty, and I know that he looks like a small person when he runs. I don't care. He has never finished lower than QB 10 on a per game basis as a fantasy quarterback. When he's been healthy, we know he has the rushing floor, but he, for the first time, has a quarterback friendly offensive coordinator. He has Kevin O'Connell. I mean, look how well Sam Darnold played with Kevin O'Connell. Then he got to go to Seahawks. And we know how Matt Stafford did. So I think this is an exciting exciting place to get Kyler Murray. And I don't think he loses his job to JJ McCarthy. I just don't. He's a better player all around. Now he's got Justin Jefferson. He's got Jordan Addison. He's got TJ Hawkinson. There's just so much excitement. So
the only instance I could see Kyler Murray getting benched is if they're out of playoff contention, maybe like 2 or 3 games. But at that point, he probably hits the over at that point. And I mean, they went 9-8 last year, so I don't think they're going to be out of playoff contention that late in the season. So
I don't either.
Kyler Murray's going to be playing 17 games. The last thing I got for you, what I've been doing is for everybody that's been sitting here for the interview, I've been having them draft a fantasy team for me. So what I've been doing, I've been drafting from the 101, right?
Okay.
And it's a 12-team team,
Okay.
half PPR.
Okay.
You have the 5th pick, the first pick in the 5th round.
Okay.
Austin Eckler was the first one to pick.
Okay.
Kind of, I don't want to say screwed, but like threw a curveball. He chose Christian McCaffrey, number 1 overall.
Okay.
And so that is our team right now. And if you wanted to look at our team, you can kind of scroll through. But there's players that you can choose from. I'm going to have you kind of go through. Who do you think we need at the 5th as our 5th round pick?
Well, it really has a lot to do with what's available and where the best value is. I'm a value drafter. We don't need to do that yet. Plenty there. All right, so I've got a tie here, but you're good there. We're going to go ahead and take the tight end. Sorry, a little bit early, but I think it's solid value. We're going to go Tyler Warren.
I freaking love it. I'm a big Tyler Warren guy this year.
All right, good.
Until Keenan Allen got signed, now I'm like,
a little bit less exciting.
A little less, but I still think.
Into it.
I'm not going to give any more context to whoever the next person is. They just have to make their pick because we've had people go like, well, tell the next person to choose this guy at the turn. I'm like, I can't.
No, you got to do it. No,
I'm just going to leave it alone. So far, so good. Looking like a good team. So we'll see how it pans out. But Jen, thank you so much for the time.
My pleasure.
This was awesome.
Thank you.
Shark Bets. Check it out.